The small, inconsequential details in Elden Ring nobody talks about. I feel like this one's a good one to watch.
Everyone. Lost isn't here at the moment, but I can do the intro. What's that weird sound?
AI's taking over. The future of AI is grim.
Sorry about that. Thumby isn't allowed to do intros, and he knows.
My spine.
Oh my god, have you guys seen, I'm so sorry to interrupt, but there's, what's it? There's an anime with an English dub that just came out, but all the voices are AI. Have you guys seen that floating around on Twitter? It's diabolical. I gotta find that.
Tingly.
But it's so
Anyways, let's talk about this. This unassuming stone basin thingy hides a secret.
bad. Really? Yeah, I gotta show you. If I can
Bellerat.
find it.
It's the room with all the spider scorpions. Or scorpions. Now, some people have no issues coating their weapons with oversized arachnid intestines.
Why does this
but
game
I
look
find the
weird?
smell repulsive.
What? I know it.
So when I saw
This
the
doesn't
tiny
look
wave
like
of
Elden
nun
Ring.
bugs, my natural
Where are we?
inclination was to use my
This
superior
is the DLC,
knees
no?
to reach a level of elevation unattainable to the scorpions. However, Miyazaki, the little scamp, programmed this thing to jump scare us by falling apart whenever it gets hit by the scorpions. Now I won't
I do
lie,
appreciate the
there was a
environmental
thought
stuff with
at the
Elden
back
Ring.
of my
They're
mind,
good at that.
buried beneath the hentai addiction and my desperate need.
What's up?
There was a thought at the back of my mind, buried beneath the hentai addiction and my desperate need for validation.
Beneath
that did
the addiction?
suggest something
addiction
like this
trumps
would
it?
happen, but I still consider it pretty neat. Unlike most other random furniture, this
I share the same sentiment. Whenever an inconvenience happens to me and a soul's like, I'm like, I hate that, that's annoying. But it's kind of neat that they did that. I kind of appreciate Miyazaki, the little troll. I appreciate him for
stone
trolling
basin
me.
cannot be destroyed by the player, despite the well-known fact that the furniture
Why does this
production in the
gameplay
lands
footage look so
between is
weird?
about as
That's
solid
Volcano
as my
Manor,
fecal
but why does
matter
it look like
after
that?
eating Taco Bell. Say you want to jump on a table. Half of the time, you will splinter that table into a million tiny pieces simply because you hit it on the way up. Not so with this thingy. It's completely impervious to any player damage.
I posted the AI dub
So
in the
if
React
we
channel. Oh,
can't
thank
break
you.
it, why
Yeah, I'll
can
show
the
that to my chat after
scorpions
this. Thank
break
you.
it?
My
At first I
chat.
thought that maybe their attacks work the same way as the
Progressive.
Reaper attacks
Do
on
they
those
have, like,
semi-broken statues that you can find. So I spawned a
shaders
ton
on?
of scorpions over at Stormvale
Why
to
does
see
it look
if they
more
can
Dark
break this
Souls-y?
statue. 'Twas a hard
It
no.
looks washed
so
out,
I went
no?
back to Bellerat and started spawning different enemies except for the skeleton. He had far too much respect for the cultural impact made by the master craftsmen of Bellerat. Elden Ring has a no pet policy, meaning you
This is
can't
Elden
take torrent
Souls.
into
Nah, this is
any of
Elden
them.
Rings.
Or so most people believe.
If you saw my
There is
Twitter
actually
post.
a way of sneaking torrent into Carrion Manor. Try to ride in normally, and they will of course force you off the horse.
Yep.
I wrote that sentence in the
It
script.
does
If
look
you
slightly
make your
off,
way through the
yeah.
dungeon until you get to the bridge part.
I keep
take a
looking at
left
it and I'm
over
like, I know this
here,
is Elden Ring,
you
but it
will
looks like
eventually
Dark
get to a
Souls.
place where torrent is summonable. That
Only
being
people
said,
with PPs
you are
can
stuck
beat
on this
Elden Ring,
bridge,
it's true.
since if you move too far left or right,
Real.
the game will take away your beloved steed. So it's not good for much, unless torrent also doubles
You got
as
the
your
sequel too.
emotional
This is
support
Elden
horse.
Rings.
Speaking of the horsey, how many of you have ever fed torrent raisins? I bet a fair amount of people never saw this animation, since a sip of the Crimson Flask will heal both you and him, which greatly reduces the usefulness of healing raisins. However, they did add one more raisin item in the DLC in the form of spirit raisins, which does something different. According to the description, the spectral steed pushes back enemies when breaking into gallop. This item is impressively useless, which, fun fact, is exactly what my dad told me. It does the bare minimum of damage and is annoying to use since it's not a sustained
what the
effect,
frick?
but rather activates when you
Where do
push
they
the
add
button.
that?
The only scenario where this thing would be even remotely beneficial would be if you got yourself surrounded by enemies, which generally doesn't happen on horseback since you're so quick. Furthermore,
Yeah, just jump
the
over
item
'em.
would have to be in a quick access slot, and most non-lobotomized people would not waste such a valuable slot for something that can be avoided by using 0.3% of your brain.
What?
Quick
People use
question.
item slots? That's
Are you
crazy.
playing as a male character, but you're somewhat disappointed
Oh
with
my god, he Peener! Oh my god, guys! He must be really good at
package?
Elden Rings.
Well, you have a few options. You could sign up to my Patreon. That's the one I recommend. Link down below. Or
you could drop a prime in the Tori Oriane stream right now.
you could
Celebrate
use the
Jesus.
Old Aristocrat
Jesus'
shoes.
comeback. Let's
You
cause
may
a
not
Jesus
know this,
hype
but
train
it
with those
comes
primes.
extra padding in the groin area.
Some people would
Wait, what?
feel humiliated when being used like this, but I'm just happy to be part of the video when being used like
Old Aristocrat shoes. You may not know this, but it comes with extra padding in the groin area.
Oh.
Some people would feel humiliated
Hell
when being
yeah.
used like this, but I'm just happy to be part of the video.
Shut up,
Whoops.
Okay.
Hyetta is that ride or die maiden. She will be completely committed to you as long as you agree to burn down all of existence. I can fix her. But there is something weird
can.
going on. How did she manage to get to the Frenzied Flame prescription before you? Did she do the jumping puzzle blind?
I came back after 2 days. Surely I must be Jesus. You're so right.
She even got in before I managed
Drop
to
your
open
primes
up
right
Roblox
now if you
door.
love Jesus.
I have no real answers, so I
There
will
you go,
ask
I'm
you
leaving the
this.
bits.
On a scale from 1 to 10, how much of a waifu would you consider Hyetta?
Hello, Sam.
Did you know certain armor pieces have hidden combos? Maybe you enjoy the faction knight armors but aren't a fan of the shield plate on the chest. Well, lucky for you, a few select headpieces can modify them. My favorite would be the Nox Monk hood on the Gelmer Knight armor. The armor does need to be in its altered form though, but that looks sick.
What's altered?
Here are some
mean
others.
in this context.
Here's something useful
I
for
didn't
the
know that
early
it altered
game.
armor.
Did you know that Kenneth Haidt has a golden seed? You do have to murder him to get it. But that's just a bonus.
I don't know how these
Where
are
did all the ships
inconveniences
go
though.
in the lands between? Oh, there they are. According to the lore, after America got a restraining order with the divorce, Godfrey was forced to leave with his
He's
army.
doing a Jesus!
He basically took every ship available to him, and I
Holy
don't
pog.
blame him. But it does seem like some of these ships didn't quite make it that far.
Huh.
Or these are just random ships, who knows? I mean, it has been 1,000 years. That's a bit funky, isn't it? We were never meant to see these ships up close, so the textures of the ships are quite textless. I am so fun. And naturally, none of them have collision, so we can just walk straight through. Even so, I find it really cool that Miyazaki, probably personally, created an entire ship graveyard this far off the coast. So what's the story with these ships? Are they leaving or coming home? Seeing these, I think it's a bit of a missed
Look at the water
opportunity that
physics,
we
too.
never got a legacy dungeon where we go from broken ship to broken ship, picking up
It really
weapons
makes
from
you want to
distant
see like a
lands
Pirate
and
Souls.
killing
I feel like that'd be
enemies.
so fun.
I'd really like that. The final boss of the area could be the captain of a partially sunken warship. His boss weapon could be a hook fist weapon or maybe another anchor. There is actually another ship graveyard in the lands between / waters between. It's outside of Caelid. You can see it from Radon's boss arena. It's comparatively small though, but
Guys,
it's
maybe this is
another
a
fun
hint to
little area to
Miyazaki's next
explore.
game.
And speaking of fun,
Hi, David.
I was using
How's
the
it going?
cheat engine to fly around the continent to see if there was
Okay.
anything else interesting in the sea, and this happened. No idea why, but I lost
Ow.
almost all the color except for my pretty eyes and some bronze on my armor. It's weird. It's weird.
Hi everyone, Lost said I could do the outro, so remember to subscribe and watch another video.
No, this is a Dark Souls like shader. Cause like even look at the armor. That's so Dark Souls. He's using I gotta check this. I gotta check this. Cause the entire time that didn't look like Elden Ring. There's no way. His description doesn't mention anything of a shaders. Is anyone in the comments mentioning it? Is anyone in the comment section like, hey? Like, why does your Elden Ring look like that? I believe that near the first ship graveyard, you can find a crew and captain roaming the beach as barnacled hollows. What? I want to see their gear or drops allude to it, or maybe just well they position that clued me in. Someone, what? That's cool. Oh my, I would like to see more people talk about that actually. Huh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. All right, interesting video. I feel like it wasn't like Oh, it didn't say inconvenience. It's inconsequential details. Oh, whoopsies. I misremembered the title. But if you guys want to watch that yourself from Lost My Sanity,